Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. It's Mary Jane in the building. Peep Squad is in the building. Please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share the video so we can go all the way to the top, baby, to the top, baby. Check out my new channel. It's Mary Jane. It'll be in the description box down below. Let's get it popping. Let's go all the way to the top and bring our peeps, our peoples with us. So straight up and down, let's get into it. Let's talk about Big Brother Celebrity season 2 episode 6. I'm just like, damn, it's going down. Tamar is giving me life with her head wraps and her hats. Like, she's rocking that bald head like it ain't nobody's business, and especially with the different color head wraps that she has on. Looks good. And Candy's giving me life too. She's looking good. She's making sure she's straight. And also Natalie is doing it with the purple hair. She's making sure she's looking all the way good. She's looking, making sure everything is popping. And we have, what is her name? Lolo, she's just straight, thugging it out. She just straight got the grimy look on, like, I'm ready for this, even though I ain't, even though I'm insecure, even though I'm crying and I'm fighting within myself and all this other stuff. So basically, if she didn't have Natalie, it wouldn't be working. So I'm just like, damn. And then you got Tom. He's actually, living vicariously through, Kato. Kato is helping him out. Kato is winning this shit. Kato's doing the damn thing. He done switched it up. He done got Ryan out the building. Ryan's out the building. Yes. He's going. Him and Jonathan are going. At first they thought they was running shit, that they were bad, and they was only talking to each other and all that other stuff. Now they both going. So we're gonna see who's next. We're gonna see if Joey's next. We're gonna see if it's gonna be Tamar, if it's going to be Candy, because they both already been on the block. Tamar, she skeeted away from this vote. It was Lochte, whatever his name is. He's out the building. And so, we'll see what happens. And we see Joey, first chance he gets, he goes over there to Kato and be like, yo, listen, you're going to have to break up your alliance. You're going to have to switch it up. He don't got to do a damn thing but get you out next if he wants to, because you was down with Ryan. And it seems like Dina's back in the building because they used a veto on her. Tom used a veto on her basically to save her. So they're letting her know that she's important, and they're making it seem like she's more important than Tamar too as well, because Kato talked to her and was like, don't worry about it. It's going to be all good. But she was down with Ryan. She was down with Jonathan. Jonathan saved her. Jonathan should have let the vote been what it was. Diane and who it was Diane, and who was Diane going up against? It was supposed to be Diane and somebody else. I just can't even remember. Let's see. It was supposed to be Diane and who else? And Anthony, I believe, right? Supposed to be Diane and somebody else, but he switched it up, and he didn't let the ladies know that he was switching it up, and they was kind of upset about that situation, because I think it was supposed to be, well, anyways, I'll get back to that. But I was just like, damn, like, it was supposed to be I think it was supposed to be Diane and Tom. I'm not even, or Diane and Kato. And then Ryan, he switched the votes at the last minute, and he didn't tell the girls. He didn't tell, Natalie. He didn't tell Lolo. He didn't tell her. He didn't tell Candy. He didn't tell Tamar, and he switched it up at the last minute because Jonathan said, please take Diane off the map. Please take her off the map. So I think it was Anthony and Diane that they wanted, but he switched Diane, and he switched Diane at the last minute. So the ladies felt like, yo, Jonathan is running everything. Like, Jonathan is telling, Ryan what to do, and it seems like they're a team together. So the ladies was kind of ticked off about that, and they was pissed about that situation. And so he took Diane off, and I think it was Tom and Anthony that was up. So, they was really like Tamar and Lolo and Natalie was like, oh, there's something wrong. They got alliance going on. And then Jonathan And, Ryan was, going along with each other, hanging out, not talking to anybody else. And it was just like the fad too, not knowing that they were isolating everybody, and people was having questions, especially, Lolo, because she's jealous and she's insecure. And she felt like, Ryan wasn't her friend. And he turned his back on her, and they're supposed to be Olympians and all this other stuff. And he's all up Jonathan's ass. And then so boom, they switched up. But Lola and Natalie, they're ride or die for each other. And I don't know who Candy and Tamar ride or die for. They should be ride or die for each other, but you already know they had their little altercation about some two, and Tamar was crying, and she feel like Candy's not taking her feelings serious, and Candy was crying too as well. No, Candy wasn't crying. She was laughing, trying to laugh it off and everything. She didn't think it was serious or a big deal, but Tamar felt like it was. Tamar is full of drama. She's full of action. She's very emotional. She done had an anxiety attack, playing one of the obstacles where I'm going to fall. I'm having anxiety. I can't get down. Oh my goodness. And it's not funny, but it's just like, damn, man. Like, she's going, I don't know if it's helping her that people won't vote her in, but people are getting tired of Tamar because they're saying that she's causing ruckus, she's causing an argument, and all this other stuff. So basically, that's what it is. And then Ryan nominated Candy, and he nominated Candy, and he was like, oh, because I don't have a relationship with you or whatever. And he just picked her right out the blue when he was supposed to be putting Dina on the block. So it was just like, damn, he put Candy up there, but Candy, she survived. She got lucky. And, people was talking kind of negative about Candy or whatever. Natalie and Lolo was like, it's her and Tamar always arguing, always getting into it, whatever. So it is what it is with that situation. So I was like, damn, these motherfuckers is shady as shit. And Lola and Natalie, they're doing a damn thing. And Tom is doing a damn thing with Kato. We'll see what's up. And we see that Ricky's doing a damn thing too, because he's riding under the radar. But Joey's trying to throw him under the bus because it doesn't seem like Ricky has an alliance. But he did help Kato shit when he was constipated. So we'll see what's up with that situation. We'll see the new top 4 right now that are in alliance together, which is Tom and Kato and, Lolo and Natalie. See how long their alliance lasts, because, Natalie and Lolo, they're in an alliance with supposedly, Candy and Tamar, but it doesn't seem like it. They're always talking shit about them too. Lolo and, Natalie always talking shit about, Tamar and Candy. And then Tamar and, Lola get into it like twice about the punching you in your throat. Tamar was just joking. Lolo took it as an insult, and she was ready to go. You don't threaten me. I'm about that life. And Tamar was like, yo, chill out. I was only joking. They hugged it out. Then they got into it again because Lola and Natalie was out there in the foyer, in the parlor, talking to Diane. And, they came back in the room. Tamar wanted to know what's going on. And so Lola was trying to explain to her what was happening, what was going on and shit like that. Tamar was like, no, that's not true. That's a lie. She voted this way. Of course she's going to vote that way. And then it went haywire. And then they started to argue. They was almost about to fight. It looks like, Lola was ready to fight because Tamar said, I'm not about that fighting life. And so she goes out there. She's yelling. She's screaming. They yelling. They're screaming. And then, Lolo called Tamar a bitch or whatever. Tamar was like, I'm only one bitch. And then Tamar's getting ready to pack. She's getting ready to bounce. Over dramatically, I wouldn't leave. Even Tom came in and tried to console, Tamar. I think Tom likes Tamar. I think he likes Candy too as well. Because, they're in the same business and he knows about Candy. I think Candy is the richest on this show. And she's the one with a lot of money. She's the breadwinner on this bitch. And that's Candy, our sister. I'm just being ridiculous, don't mind me. So we have that situation, and it seems like Candy has been quiet ever since that she's been on the block, and she survived being voted out, you know what I mean? So she's been quiet. So that's cool. And I was just like, damn. We're going to see how it goes. Joey's trying to maneuver his way back in. It seems like when they offered Joey to be in their alliance, he probably should have went to their alliance and been with them. That's what it seems like now, but the situation could have changed because Lola and Natalie and Ryan and Jonathan wanted to add Joey to their alliance. Joey was like, I'm not a part of alliance. I never heard of alliance. I don't want to be in alliance. Maybe he didn't want to be in alliance with them because he ended up getting into alliance with kind of like Dina and actually... what is his name? Ryan. But Ryan thought he was running shit. Thought he was going to win every challenge, and he should have. but he didn't. And it went down that way. I was just like, damn. And then, Kato and Diane got into it because she was telling Joey not to give up, stay on. And Kato felt like, oh, you was rooting for Joey, but you wasn't rooting for me. So you know what? Fuck you. And he put her up for a nomination. But at the end of the day, he was still upset. Then he put Tamar up for a nomination because, I guess he felt like she was an easy target. Then on top of that, he was like, you need to go home with your kids. I know you miss your kids. She took offense to that. And he was like, you don't clean up behind yourself. Motherfucker, if I'm cooking for everybody in the house, usually whoever cooks, the person comes, the people that they're feeding ends up, cleaning up after the person that cooked. That's just etiquette. But I would say I was taught, when I cook as I clean, and that's what I do. But Tamar is on a whole different level. She has butlers, she has maids, she has cooks, she has chefs, and plus she's cooking for all you grown motherfuckers, and you can't clean up behind yourself. Then we got Kato talking about he slipped on a shrimp. Motherfucker. So he gave that. Tamar went off. She was like, that's wrong. You disrespecting me. I'm a woman. They trying to put me down. She felt like it was male chauvinist. She felt like it was all that type of stuff. You disrespecting me. And part of it did come off disrespect to go home with your kid. Just because I got a kid, I got to go home. I can't be here. And she was like, yo, listen, I travel the road. I'm away from my kid all the time because I make that cheddar. I'm on stage. I'm on tour, motherfucker. So anyways, she calmed herself down and she went to talk to Kato, and her and Kato smoothed it out. They let it be. He was like, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't say it that way, whatever. It came off that way. Oh, you need to go home. You're always missing your kids or whatever. Everybody's missing their family. Just because you're missing your family, you're supposed to go home. It was a cheap shot. But he said he didn't mean it that way, whatever. But ultimately, we know his plan was to get Ryan out the house. So he was backdoor. So he put up sacrifice. He put up people to sacrifice, and that was Tamar and Diane. I mean Dina. I think her name is Dina. And so it is what it is. And he ended up, they had the veto. Tom won the veto. He did it. He did his thing. And then he saved Diane. So that makes me think Diane is closer to Kato and Tom. And she's kind of, she's the one that they can use back and forth. She's like a chess move they can use back and forth for Tom and Kato, even though they're in an alliance with Lolo and Natalie. So he saved her, and then he threw Ryan up there, and then Ryan got out the business. And I'm surprised, Dina, she voted for Ryan out because she was team Ryan, but she already knew what the deal was. So she voted for Ryan. Joey, he ended up voting to save Ryan, but it didn't work. So Tamar was saved, and we have that situation. So, it is what it is. I was just like, damn, we going down this road. So, there's a lot of shadiness going on. It's going to be more arguing. It's going to be more thing. And then you got, Lolo, she's crying. She don't know what to do. She was like, she's talking to Natalie. She was like, we're Olympics. We're Olympians and Olympic players. And we roll for the USA and have to vote her out. But your insecurities and your jealousy of his friendship with Jonathan, giving him the middle finger and questioning their relationship, because Jonathan and Ryan never planned on turning on, Natalie or Lolo. And then Candy and, Tamar was just, extra pieces to the puzzle to have a bigger alliance. But when Jonathan and Ryan got together and they switched up the votes at the last minute, they wasn't comfortable with telling Candy or Tamar who they was voting for, and then they didn't ultimately go back to tell Natalie and Lolo who they was voting for. They feel like, they have they're really about, they're not being team players, so why roll with them, and they're isolating themselves from us. And then, Jonathan tried to go in and talk to them, and they would be quiet. They already made their mind up. And, Tamar helped them. Tamar was like, look how they changed the vote. Jonathan's this. And I think we need to get out. I think it's time for us to take the move to get out Jonathan. So Tamar is using her mind. She's playing the game too as well. And also, Candy is playing her game too as well, where she's saying that we're not really a part of their alliance, so we got to rethink this. And so the ladies was like, well, us four is going to come together. So they're having an alliance, but it's not, it seems like they do and it seems like they don't, but not on paper, but, verbally they're supposed to have an alliance with Natalie and, Lolo, and they probably do. But right now, Lola and Natalie has moved on to Tom and Kato because they empower when people trust Natalie and Lolo because they are good contenders and they can play good. So if you put them up, there's a possibility they can win. Just like it's a possibility Ryan can win, but Ryan didn't win because it wasn't an athletic competition. So he couldn't win the veto, and he's out the door. He's out the business. But Kandi and Tamar are playing a good game. I think right now, Kato, he's playing a good game, but, he could be a target right now. But right now, he's cool with everybody, and Tom is on his shoulders. So I think Tom is going around actually making friendships with Tamar and Kandi on a Lolo, too, as well. So we'll see how that situation goes, because we already know Joey knows that Natalie, Lolo, and, Tom and Kato have an alliance because Ryan told him what was up, that they are going to backdoor him, and they have an alliance because he overheard them talking about what they was going to do. So now he has that information where he can go use it towards Ricky, he can go use it towards Tamar, he can go use that information towards Kandi and see how they react to that situation too as well. So we'll see. But Ricky's playing a quiet game, but it seems like Joey's coming after him, and Ricky's kind of like all over the place, but he's quiet all over the place too as well, and he's cool with everybody. But Joey's like, he's feeling very secure, so it's going to be a toss-up who they're going to go after next. Supposedly, if they're trying to get Ryan and Joey out, and, Kato said it's between Ryan and Joey, but they want Ryan more, so Joey should go next. But I think he's going to switch up because people start getting their feelings, and they start getting nervous, they start getting... they start thinking too much. People start acting different, and they change up. So we'll see what happens with this situation. But Ricky is another one. Ricky doesn't want to show his athleticism, but he has. He did good. He won eliminate. He won, one of the challenges they did have. And also when Ryan came to talk to Ricky about, using his veto so he can put Lola in, Ricky went right back and told the girls because he wanted to cause confusion and a mess. And that hurt Ryan too as well. Maybe he shouldn't have said, maybe he should have offered Ricky something better, or he shouldn't have said shit to Ricky. And so now Lola was coming after him, and she was paranoid and nervous. And basically, I think she thought that Ryan is her biggest competition. So he's out the door. So she means business. Lola and Natalie are doing what they said they was going to do. They wanted Ryan and Jonathan out. And, Tamar and Kandi agreed on that too as well and brought it up first. And then Lola and Natalie did the work to get it done. And Kato jumped in, did what he needed to do. And Tom is just flying around hanging. So peace and one love to all my peeps and my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. Peep squads in the building. Peep squads in the building. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my new channel, Mary Jane. The link will be below in the description box, and it'll be greatly appreciated, my peeps, my peoples. We rolling out. Big brothers in the building, girl and boys, men and women. Peace.